Hey, so yeah, I just saw Kong Skull Island. It was pretty good. It was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. Honestly, I thought it was gonna have a lot of like cheesy jokes and I don't know, for some reason I was worried about CGI Kong. And not just Kong, but monsters in general. Uh yeah, oh hey, I guess that was the intro, but this is pacing with Nate. Not pacing right now though. Still sitting in bed. Uh, might not even use this as an actual video. This might just be because this will be my first video. I've done a couple, but they just haven't seemed just right yet. Maybe it's because I haven't been dressed, but that made it sound a lot more scantily clad than what I meant. I just meant I hadn't really been dressed in like real people clothes. Like right now I'm in a sweater and some pajama pants. My favorite pajama pants, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Kong. It's really good. Like when I guess I don't know why this didn't click when I was watching the trailers, but when I like saw it, I was just like, wow, there are a lot of good names in this movie. Like you got John Goodman, Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, uh oh, and then lots of people that are just in other stuff. Like you have one of the dudes from The Walking Dead who died uh, not too long, like in the first half of this most recent season. With the dreads, he's in this. He's good. Oh, and spoilers, because I'm gonna spoil the crap out of this. 'Cause I'm just gonna talk about it. So yeah, he's in this. One of the dudes that was in Keanu is in this. The like main. Oh no, not Method Man. Method Man isn't in it. Method Man isn't in this, and his like lieutenant, the girl, isn't in this either. But the dude under her, like the dude who's in the front seat with with not Keegan Peele, Keegan Michael Key, in the minivan when they listen to music. That the dude who's in the front seat, that dude who's really funny, is in this. He's not necessarily playing a funny role. He has like some moments if I remember correctly. But he's not. This isn't like a funny role. It's like a legit role, and he plays it really well though. You super feel for him. Yeah, but so he's in this. Oh, there's just one dude who I know I've seen him in something before. I don't know his name. I know I've seen him before though. I just don't remember where. And then John C. Riley's in it. John C. Riley is amazing in this. He was like, when I said the cheesy jokes, I was afraid for him. Not because I don't find him funny. I find him funny in a lot of stuff, But there's just, like, the type of course, I don't know why I was worried, because he's a comedic genius. He doesn't just subscribe himself to one style of comedy. Uh, and this was super subtle stuff. Like, well, I mean, not all the time. Like, I mean, you saw the joke that was in the trailer. Like, I call them skull crawlers. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, that sounds really weird. I don't know why I call them that. And like, Bree's like, no, I can go with that. Can you go with that, Tom? And then he was like, yeah, that's fine. He was like, yeah. Yeah, you can call him whatever you want. Like, I saw that. And the first time I saw it, I laughed, of course, because it was funny. But then I knew I was going to get burned out on it just because of the trailer, just going to be everywhere. And I did. I definitely did get burned out on it. Don't even think I got a little like when I saw it. But yeah. So, but there he has a lot. He has a couple other. But like that was the least funny. That was his least funny line. That was it, and that's probably the reason why they did it, because he had way stronger ones in it. He was good stress relief valve. Look with John C. Look, John C. Uh, Because it did get kind of heavy sometimes. There were some heavy themes, like, oh, Samuel L. Jackson was in it too. He was awesome. Yeah, he was great. I just started noticing they're throwing Sam into a whole bunch of movies, and like, not all ones are like yeah, he must just be like rolling in the money. Like, you know what? People love me right now. I'm gonna cash in on that. Like, that's smart, dude. I respect that. You do you. If you can get people who pay you to dude, you're a stick. Just do it, man. Get paid. Get money. Get money. So no disrespect when I'm saying this, but you just been kind of doing the same stick for a little bit. But this was not the same general stick. Like, I'm Samuel L. Jackson, I'm gonna swear. There is some real character motivation in this. I mean, like, spoilers, okay. Like, he plays this lieutenant. This, like, grizzled lieutenant. The movie takes place right after the Vietnam War. Like, literally, right when it ends, this is when this starts. So like after like when it cuts to Sam's opening, he's at this base in Vietnam, Pyongyang. Yay, I think that's where he is. I don't know, I don't know. That could totally be a different place. Whoop, switching sides. The lighting was better over here. Yeah, look at that lighting. That's pretty good. It's because the window's right there, and maybe we have that blue light. Uh, it's just like I'm just getting tired. Uh, but yeah, so Sam's, but yeah, it opens in Pyongyang, and everyone there, like all the guys I mentioned before, the supporting cast, who are in the army. That one dude I didn't know, the dude from Keanu, and oh, this dude who's been in literally so many movies since the '90s, probably the '80s, but I just not as familiar. But yeah, he's in everything. He plays comedic roles, like action adventure roles. He's never like a main character, but he's like solid. He's solid supporting. Like if you saw this dude, you would know him in a bit. Like I don't know if you know his name, but you would definitely recognize the face. Uh, it gave him kind of a bad ending, but yeah, it was kind of badass too. I won't go that deep in the spoilers though. Uh, well, I mean, I hope you all assume that you know that not everyone makes it out alive in this movie. uh, oh, okay. No, I will spoil this one death. Oh, this other dude who I think I've seen before. I think he was Doctor Doom in the bad Fantastic Four movie, like the one with Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan and those folks. Yeah, it's like not a bad cast, just a bad movie. It wasn't like yeah, it was pretty bad. Uh, but anyways, yeah, he's in it, and he plays this dad. And this whole thing, like they really emphasize in this movie the fact that the Vietnam soldiers wrote letters back, like obviously, but it's just like not something that you might not think about that every day. And they definitely brought that into the not maybe the forefront, but like right behind the forefront. Like hey, like yeah, like there's the forefront, out of frame, right there, right, just right in the frame. Uh, and this dude, Doctor Doom, we'll call him, is writing letters to his son, and for I'd say the first quarter to the first third of the movie, uh, he's writing this letter to his son, and he's having a problem with it because he's not a writer. He's just a dude. He's just a dude who maybe got drafted and misses his son. He starts off the letter like saying like, "Hey son, I'm sorry I'm away. I'm a crap dad. I hope this letter makes up for it." And it's funny. If I didn't give you a good delivery, it's funny. Trust me. uh, but yeah, man. He's writing this letter, and it's really sweet. And what happens towards the beginning of the film, as shown in trailers, when Kong's throwing those trees at the helicopters, that is when they're first getting there. And what happens is they all get separated because their helicopters go down in different places. Some people die right then. Not a lot though. Majority of people, well, the majority of people you care about are still alive, but they're separated. You've got Tom Hiddleston's group, who's with Brie Larson. Oh, dude, the dude who's in Silver Linings Playbook, and who's in American Gangster, who's the junkie cop, and the dude who's in Silver Linings Playbook as Bradley Cooper's friend who's has some issues in the marriage department. That guy, great actor, who's in so much stuff. If you start looking around for him in movies, you'll see him everywhere, even places that you didn't necessarily expect. Like, I'm pretty sure he's in the Fast and Furious movie too, like Fast and Furious, the one with Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, and Letty died. I don't remember her name. She's a good actress though. That movie Assignment though, like, like it's like that movie Loving. Like, yeah, I know what they were trying to do, and sure they might get their point across, but like it's just like you're pushing it. Like the who like what they are shouldn't be the staple. Should not be the bedrock of your plot and story. That that's a terrible way to talk about something. It should be themes woven in. Anyways, so getting off topic. So, like, as I said at the beginning, in the trailers where they show them where Kong's throwing trees, they get separated. And the father dude, he ends up alone. Like, so you got Brie Larson. Oh, yeah, that's where I was. Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, and the dude from Silver Linings Playbook. And maybe some other dudes, I don't really remember. Maybe, like, a soldier or two. And then you've got John Goodman with Samuel L. Jackson. And okay, I do. There is another soldier guy. I don't remember his name, but I don't remember a lot of their names. They're up and coming actors, and they are very good, though. I'm sorry I don't know your names. I will learn them. Just be in like 2 more movies, and I promise. I'm kidding. Probably 1 more movie, or a TV show. Yeah, no pressure, but that's how I'll remember you. Uh, But yeah, so and then yeah, John Goodman, some of the majority of the soldier guys, and Samuel L. Jackson, and then in another group you get the dad, Doctor Doom, which is kind of strange because they really spread their storyline, but they're all good. Like when they have it in 3 parts, you're not like bored with one of them. So it's like the father one. Oh my god, you get to meet Kong again. You get to see him. That's when he fights the octopus. That dude's watching him, uh, and he kind of realizes like, oh, Kong and not all these animals are the enemy. And it's a really like touching moment. Like his character development is so freaking good because he's one of the dudes who's like trigger happy. He's like really afraid. Like what the fuck is going on? That was a giant. Oh, swear. I swear. Oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna be swearing in this. Disclaimer. Uh, but he's like one of the guys, like Samuel L. Jackson, like a couple, not all the soldier guys, but most of the soldier guys, like they're like, man, we gotta kill this Kong. I'm trying to kill everything because I'm an American and I shoot things. That's what they're going with. And but this dude, this dad, like when he sees Kong, before he fights the octopus, he's like really afraid and he's like running away. Kong sees him. Like, they make it pretty obvious that he sees him. But he just, like, he doesn't care. Like, you're a dude. Like, if I wanted to kill you, I could kill you, but I don't want to kill you. Like, you're fine. Just chill. And then he sits down in the water, and the dude's, like, cowering behind a rock. And, like, then he starts to, like, Kong starts to get rambunctious, and the dude's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then you see Kong is fighting this octopus. And then you find out that really Kong was hunting that octopus. He was just trying to eat. Uh, the dude kind of like, oh, okay. And then he kind of internalizes that. You kind of see that. And then when it cuts back to him later, he's in the woods, which, whew, bugs, man. Killer bugs. They're back. They're not gross like the last one, but they are deadly. Yeah, that last one, when they fell into that, like, ravine, and they were just gross looking squiggly, but yeah. Ew. But I didn't mind that. I actually didn't mind that movie. I thought it was fine. I like Jack Black and Adrian Brody. But yeah, so this dude, he's in the woods, and he's like a stick ant. Like a giant stick ant. Like, that's basically what it is. Because he was sitting on it, and then it moves, and then he shoots at it, and then it's like, whoa, not ant, stick bug. Like, whoa, like, you hear it talking, it's not like hurt, but it's just like, whoa, I'm cool. And then he, like, stops, and then he realizes it's not, and then like walks away. Chill. Luckily, it wasn't her. I would have been really sad. Like I'm really not against like any kind of like violence towards something that doesn't want to be violent. Like two things are fighting. Like that's one thing. Like boxers, they choose to fight each other. That's you can watch. That's cool. But that stick bug didn't want nothing to do with that Doctor Doom. And then he internalizes it. He's like, oh, okay, not all these animals are trying to kill me. Uh, and then he also was doing this thing where, like, when he was sitting on the stick bug, he was writing to his son. He was writing, but he's speaking out loud too when he's writing. He's like, sometimes life just kicks you in the butt. And then, because he shot the gun at the sick ant, the Skullwalker, since we had nothing else to call him, fucking hurt him, and then they get him, and it's so sudden. He shoots it. Well, okay, I'll go down the scene. He's writing to his son. He realizes that that's a giant bug. He shoots the bug. He realizes the bug doesn't want to hurt him. He internalizes that. And then, like a second right after you see him internalize, like, oh, not everything here wants to kill me. That's something that wants to kill him, and he doesn't get away. He does not come back later. Well, he kind of does, but he's dead. Yeah, that was sad. That bummed me out a little bit. I like that guy. Yeah, I think he was my favorite character because his character development was just so awesome. Like, it's the kind of character development you want to see in your supporting characters. That's how you know that you got at least a decent movie. If you got good supporting characters, and really, like, all these people were supporting characters, honestly. Now that I'm really thinking about it, like, Kong was the main character. He's the main character, which was awesome. He's not in it like a typical normal main character would be, but he is obviously the main character. Everyone else is supporting cast. Like, you can say Tom Hiddleston or Brie Larson. You can't say John Goodman. Spoilers, because he dies. You can't say Samuel. You might be able to say Samuel Jackson. Like, if there is a main character, then it's a three-way between Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, and Samuel Jackson. That's the only other way, because John Goodman dies way too early in the movie. Like, it's not like right away, but it happens sooner than you think it's gonna happen. If you thought it was gonna happen at all, I didn't think he was gonna die. I thought John Goodman was gonna be one of the dudes that lived, but nope, he dies. They did a really good job, way better than Godzilla. Man, I was so mad at Godzilla. First of all, they kill the one dude who, from the story perspective and just from the fan perspective, that people want to see. Like, no one can. I'm sorry, John Courtney. I'm sorry. You were fine with Captain Boomerang. You did fine in Godzilla. But I was there for Bryan Cranston in Godzilla, not you. You were awesome supporting character, but you should not have been made the main character. Godzilla should have been the main character. You know, he was in it for like 2 seconds. When he was in it, it was cool. That was cool. But barely. Like, man, the reason why I think like this movie made me fall in love with monster movies again. Like, before this, I like didn't see a point. Like, I thought I had grown out of them, which is why I wasn't necessarily amped about Kong, to be honest. Who knows? Oh, I don't remember. I think I saw a review of someone watching it, or maybe no. I think who got me in Tyrone Magnus on YouTube. I watched him. I saw his reaction. I watched some of his reaction vids, and he was reacting to the Kong, and he was like, "Yeah, this is freaking awesome." And he was like, "I wasn't in it until the most recent," and that was true. The more recent trailer that came out, where Kong like takes off the leaves of the tree and then whacks the dinosaur in the head, or the Skullwalker, I guess. They're dinosaurs though, basically. They look creepier in the trailers, but once you see them in the movie and you get a good look at them, they're dinosaurs. They're just weird two-legged dinosaurs with tails. But that are pretty intelligent. Like these aren't. They are. No, I wouldn't say they're as smart as velociraptors, but they're close. They are close. Kong is incredibly smart, and I love that. That's super cool. That makes it easier for me to see him get beat up, because I don't like people beating things that are less intelligent than them. That's just bogus, and that's a terrible thing for anything. Well, no matter what you're trying to get across, besides the point that you're an asshole, it's a terrible way to do it. Uh, but yeah, Kong was pretty good. This is gonna be my first rating, and it's probably gonna sound bad, just because I really do use the full length of my scales. Excuse me. But I think Kong was like a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, 6.5, maybe a 7. There were some cool parts. The music is popping. It's that 70s rock. Good choice for any movie. It's just good stuff. It's good. Like everybody likes that stuff. Uh, I'm really pumped to see Brie Larson. Like Brie Larson was good. I'm really pumped to see her as Captain Marvel now. Now that I've gotten a really good look at her. Uh, I was reminded that Tom Hiddleston is a boss. Reminded how good Samuel L. Jackson can be when he has a good role. Of course, I'm really impressed by John Goodman. So good. And then surprisingly, delightfully surprised by John C. Riley. That was awesome. That was brilliant. That was a great. His character development was easily my second favorite. So good, man. So did I really talk about? Yeah, I mean, well, what? I guess I'll talk. This war dude who's been trapped on Skull Island since World War II. Like, so this is like the 40s, and this takes place in the 70s. And you get to see him when he crashes. You see him when he crashes. That's how it opens. You seen him fight this Japanese soldier in like, that like brutal kind of World War II kind of fashion where like shoot guns, fuck, out of bullets. I go to knives, fuck, lost my knife, and then fucking just trying to beat each other. But that doesn't last, because guess what? They crash on Skull Island. So like Kong shows up and I guess mediates them or something. Like, no, he makes them see the true point. Like what's really important. Oh man. Oh yeah, but they show him what's really important. And, yeah. Sorry about that. Lost something. Well, they show him what's really important, which, just like living. Yeah, so, but he has, because he's like, so he's basically like, this World War II dude. And then, when next time you meet up with him, he's, Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston's group, remember they got separated into the 3 groups, meets up with them, finds this village of these like. They played it really well because they're not like how most people play natives, like not very smart, ignorant, backwards ways. They didn't play it like that. No, they played it like these people are hyper advanced. Like these people have been here for thousands of years. Because that's the whole thing with the monsters thing. They're saying that these monsters are thousands of years old. They're coming from under the earth. Under the earth. Like this is like some some Jurassic stuff going on here. Like this is old. Yeah. John C. Riley, and you meet up with him, and he's kind of crazy. He's been trapped with these like super advanced people that really don't talk. They have other ways to communicate. They live total equal. You know, no private property, nothing like that. They're just living. Uh, and it's really good. I loved how they framed it because like that's how I think people should live. To be honest, you know, not to sound super hippy dippy, but yeah, that's how it should be. You know what I'm talking about. You know, because like money's like like a human construct, just like time and stuff. You know, just like down that storyline. But I'm not gonna talk about that right now. I will touch upon that later. But I just really like that concept, and I'm really like that's how they portrayed them. Because it's really easy with stuff like Kong and stuff to just get super racist, like not intentionally. Like these are definitely the accidental less than moderate races. You know, the people who just like, oh, the natives are savages. You know, they're just like stupid backwards people who haven't figured out our awesome Western ways yet. Like, no, shut the fuck up. Maybe these civilizations, or not maybe, these civilizations are older than ours. Therefore, maybe they've thought, like, by your own stupid logic that old people know more stuff. Maybe these older civilizations are wiser and know more than what you're preaching. So that's, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I like about it. Yeah, John C. Reilly, you meet up with him then. He's living there, so he's a little crazy. There's this great scene where he's like, where they talk to John C. Reilly, he's told them everything about the island, and then they're like, so we have to go to this place. You know, we have to be here to get picked up. Because that was the plan. They were gonna go there, survey the ground, and then they were gonna go to the other side of the island and get picked up by these helos, these helicopters. Uh, but obviously they don't have a way to get there now except for walk. And John C. Reilly, like, you can't walk there, but I might have another way for you to go. And we're moving. So yeah, I might have another way for you to get there. So what he gets is he shows him this plane. It's like beaten up, broken down plane, but it's like like it's like the hull, no wings, no top, because they're gonna use that as a boat. That was his plan with the Japanese dude who they became friends, like I said, after Kong showed up, and they're like, "Whoa, maybe this war is stupid." like they weren't uniforms anymore; they were just guys. Uh, and so John C. Reilly's showing this boat, and Tom Hiddleston and the dudes are being kind of dicks about it. They're like, "This piece of crap like doesn't even float," and John C. Reilly's like, "Yeah, it floats. This was 6 years of me and my friend's life that we put into this, and it looks like crap. Like, how can you can't dress up a turd, but it was good for someone who is stranded on an island in the middle of nowhere where no one's coming to save him, who's been there for like 30 years. Like, for that person, this is a freaking Camaro. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about perspective. And John C. Reilly played it perfectly. Like, he didn't, like, just, like, nod it. Like, he was like, yo, man, I really, look at this hard work we put into this. Tom Hiddleston eventually, makes, like, accepts the olive branch and, like, yeah, we'll take your boat. Yeah, no, that's good enough. But yeah, no, that moment was just really beautiful. And it was just really awesome. There are a lot of moments like that in this. But yeah, so like I was saying, John C. Reilly was awesome. All the supporting cast was awesome. Samuel L. Jackson was good. Like that, more Samuel L. Jackson like that. And yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's Pacing with Nate. A review of Kong, Skull Island. Peace.